KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
We did call a second alarm because of the heat today and the stress on the firefighters. Obviously, it's one of the hottest days of the year.
On KREM 2 News at Noon, we hear from firefighters who put out yesterday's house fire in Post Falls and how the high temperatures are impacting.
And our weather conditions are still hot outside, just not record-breaking as they were earlier this week.
We have a look at how Washington's workers are being protected as they work outside to fix our roads in this high heat. Hi, everyone. It is so good to see you. Welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we do begin this afternoon with breaking news. This is coming out of Airway Heights. A major road through town has been shut down after a crash involving multiple victims. Hayford Road is closed north of Highway 2. The Spokane County Fire District is asking people to just avoid the area. They are taking care of patients there right now, and an investigation is underway. And you can see here are some pictures from that area. It is a breaking news story, and we'll update you on information as soon as it becomes available. But if you can, again, avoid the area of Hayford Road north of Highway 2. And we have seen some pictures from the traffic cams. You can see very slow moving traffic. It is building up out there as they continue to work and try to figure out, number one, all the impact and dealing with patients out there, as well as the traffic flow as well. So avoid the area if possible. All right, even though it may not feel like it, today is actually a bit cooler than it was yesterday. I mean, we're not talking exactly like it's super comfortable out there today, but Thomas Patrick is letting us know what we can expect this afternoon. Thomas, we're in the 90s, I guess, when it's, or in the 80s in some places. When you had over 100 degrees yesterday, this feels pretty comfortable.
Yeah, this is a lot more tolerable, in a word. It's just that normal July heat that we definitely can deal with. Yesterday was just a scorcher. At 104 yesterday, that was by far the hottest that we felt all this year, and probably will feel for all of 2024. This is a way more manageable 87 right now. In fact, it is cooler than yesterday by a factor of 10 degrees. So we might end up 10 degrees cooler overall, which will put us at 94. I still think we'll get into the mid-90s for most of the area, which is still decently hot for July, but a way more manageable overall. I got the high temperature pegged at 97 for this afternoon with some sunny and hazy conditions overall. But these were the last 3 days, spot on the forecast, by the way, at 100, 102, and 104 respectively. 3 straight days of triple digits, 3 straight days of record highs. But today, a lot better and a lot more tolerable overall, with high temperatures in the mid-90s overall. But coming up, I'm going to focus a lot more on those hazy conditions as the wildfire smoke is starting to spread a little bit over the inland northwest. So coming up, I'll show you where that smoke is coming from and if it has any impacts on our air quality just yet. So look for those details in just a few minutes.
All right, my friend, thank you. According to WSDOT, the dangerous heat is causing some roads to buckle. WSDOT says it happened in at least 3 locations, and that's including on US 195, just south of the Horn School Rest area. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones spoke with WSDOT about how they are making sure the workers are staying safe while they're dealing with this heat.
We may be getting a break, somewhat of a break from those triple-digit temperatures we saw earlier this week, but we do know the forecasted highs are still in the mid to high 90s, and with that in mind, I reached out to WSDOT crews about just kind of how their construction crews go ahead and approach these type of situations, especially when we see panels burst from just how hot the temperatures were this week. And they gave us some good information and provided some guidelines on kind of how their crews approach a week such as this one. When temperatures meet or exceed 90 degrees, paid 10-minute breaks are required every 2 hours. If it's above 100, that break must be 15 minutes every hour. Sites must provide enough suitably cool water for each employee to drink at least a quart an hour, and then it must be cool enough to go ahead and encourage workers also to stay hydrated. Efficient shade large enough for workers must also be provided, or a vehicle with running air condition is also acceptable. As for those bursting concrete panels, it was so hot over the past few days, a designated crew was assigned to monitor the roads with a heat gun to keep track of road temperatures in case they needed to respond to more problems on the roads.
And 195 is kind of that spot that we watch continuously for those concrete panels that do happen to burst more often just because it is an older section of concrete, and due to it being resurfaced so many times, that concrete's starting to get a bit thinner.
So WashDOT told me they'll continue monitoring these road conditions, especially as temperatures stay in the 90s and above. And so if you see crews out early in the morning or in the evening, just remember to give them space so they can be safe as well while they work. But for now, reporting here in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Brandon, thank you. The city of Spokane's cooling centers are still open today for people to use during this heat. A city code says they actually must open cooling centers when temperatures are forecasted to be 95 degrees or higher for at least 2 consecutive days. The Spokane libraries are open to help people cool off, and that does include the Central, Liberty Park, Shadle Park, Hilliard, South Hill, and the Indian Trail libraries. There's also more support available at the Trent Resource Center. If you need a ride, Spokane Transit is offering free fares if you are heading to a cooling center. And Kootenai County Emergency Management also sharing a list of area cooling centers. Several libraries are open to cool down. This includes the Coeur d'Alene, Rathdrum, Harrison, Hayden, and Spirit Lake locations. The hours do vary, so you'll want to contact your specific center. And for more resources, visit niservicedirectory.com. So the high heat also means high fire danger. A statewide burn ban is now in effect for Washington. The Department of Natural Resources did issue that yesterday afternoon, and this means burning of any kind on DNR managed land is not allowed. So the new order also bans outdoor burning, campfires, and the use of charcoal briquettes. Prescribed burns on all forest lands not allowed either. DNR says the ban is in effect at least until September 30th. And this follows a burn ban already in place in several cities across Spokane County. All right, some news to share with you. Coming into our newsroom just a few hours ago, the city of Spokane has named Kevin Hall as the new police chief. Hall comes from Tucson Police Department, where he served since 1992. Hall made his first statement along with the announcement this morning. He says, quote, "I intend to bring a passion for collaboration, innovation, data-driven strategies, and value-based policing to Spokane that will propel the agency into a regional, if not national, public safety leader." Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown also releasing a statement this morning saying, in part, quote, "From public feedback to department personnel, it was clear our community wants a leader who demonstrates character, integrity, and accountability, brings best practices to the department as well." Chief Kevin Hall's official start date, by the way, is still being worked out according to city officials, but we'll bring you that right here on KREM 2 when it's available. And still ahead tonight, as President Biden wraps up the NATO summit, he is expected to give a press conference. The latest out of D.C. coming up in 2 minutes.